against Pioline and Agassi. Pete Sampras looking fresh. That's Boris's favorite shot as well, an inside-out backhand on the deuce court. And he didn't even move for that after that half volley. Easy put away for Pete. 15-30 now.
You mentioned Cedric Pioline. That was the Wednesday quarterfinal when Becker seemed to have it won 6-3, 6-1. They went to 2 tie breaks to Pioline, and finally Becker 9-7 in the 5th. That match took 4 hours and 10 minutes, and then the exhausting, draining rally against Agassi, and who knows?
And Pioline was up a break 4-3 in the 5th, only 5 points from defeating Becker. So emotionally, that was a huge comeback. Then that big effort against Agassi, you got to figure he's a little bit tired here.
There's a couple of chances to take total command of this third set for Sampras.
That ball was awful close to being out. Sampras taking a long look.
34.
Chance for a 4-1 lead for Sampras.
Look at this, Becker still with not one single chance. Sampras, this is already his 12th opportunity to break.
Oh.
There's a big serve there.
Yeah, when he was 17, the London press gave him the moniker Boom Boom for serving just like that. Didn't like it. He didn't like the nickname. He didn't like the allusions to German warfare. He said he's from a total new generation. Don't tag that on me.
Plus he wanted to say, I'm not just a server. Got good ground strokes. This guy's had some results on clay. He does have good ground strokes. Matter of fact, last year at the Rome, they played in the finals there on clay, which is just before the French Open.
That's a good save for Becker.
The Championships, Wimbledon, brought to you by DuPont, better things for better living. By Hertz, for business, for pleasure. Nobody does it exactly like Hertz. And by GTE. With GTE, it's amazing what we can do together.
Back live at Wimbledon, Sampras serving with the lead, 3-2 in the 3rd. Ladies double to be concluded. They're 4 all in the 3rd and decisive set for that title. Then the mixed championship. Martina Navratilova.
Sampras giving Becker a taste of his own medicine with that second serve slice out wide. There was an awful lot on that. It's no surprise that these guys have 2 of the best second serves as well in the business. And Boris realizes he can't afford to let go of any chance. It shows that he knows every point is important against this young Californian now living in Florida.
Makes his home now in Tampa.
And just overpowered Boris there. See how that serve 2 points ago set up that serve. It served out wide, so Boris had to respect that just a little bit. It's the big bomb up the middle. It's nothing you can do really there.
Sampras.
He likes the way the net looks there better.
Those rackets do come in handy for a lot of different reasons, and we're going to talk about that in our memories as we complete our telecast today. At Love, and Sampras again, an easy service game. It hasn't been an easy year, however, for Pete Sampras. His friend and coach, Tim Gullickson, this is training film from a year ago. One of the twin Gullies, great guys and coaches and players. And we know he's watching in Wheaton, Illinois, and that scene that struck us all, the quarterfinals at the Australian, where we're in the middle of the match. Sampras thinking about Gullickson, broke down. Tim Gullickson, we're happy to report, in his battle of brain tumor, it's much improved, and everything looks positive back there at the moment, and we're happy to share that news with our national audience. So with Tim back home, it's Paul Anacone, who is working with Sampras here in England.
Anacone trying to walk a tightrope, obviously. A lot of conflicting emotions going on. There's Paul right there. He's a good singles player and member of the circuit, struggling with a bad back now. And Todd Schneider, Pete's personal trainer, used to work on the ATP Tour for many years. Fine trainer. Maybe Paul Anacone not used to sitting as much as he did when he was playing. That doesn't help your back a whole lot.
14-15.
Now in double figures and doubles 10.
Well, that's not entirely surprising because you knew Boris had to go for a lot on both serves. And that's really out of respect for Pete Sampras.
Becker winning the first set without breaking Sampras, 7 points to 5 in a tiebreaker. And Sampras 6-2 in the second, and up a break now in the third.
Game back up.
Off the line, Becker holds 4-3. Peter going into the final round.
So where's Ivan Lendl? I understand he's playing. I didn't see his picture up there.
Well, Lendl 85-85, and our buddy Roger Maltby apparently came up with this idea that grass may not be his best surface.
Well, we knew that already. So.
Meanwhile, Pete Sampras leading by a break 4-3.
I know this is hard to believe, but Ivan may have been lying about his handicap just a little bit. He likes to tell us how he's a scratch golfer. Maybe the pressure got to him.
85-85 in the first two rounds.
Well, he's only, what, 30 strokes off the pace? Meanwhile, Pete Sampras cruising along once again on his serve.
Yeah, Becker just isn't getting a smell in terms of a chance to break him. 11 aces, a point from 5-3. That's 3 consecutive love service games for Sampras. 4 in a row. He is not allowed a point this entire set on his serve. He's pulling even Isevich. Goran did that to Sampras, and yet still lost in 5 in the semifinals.
So then he may want to tank 1 point the next game just so he doesn't have that hanging over his head.
Becker serves to stay in the third set.
It's pretty clear what Agassi would need to take him to another level. A little bit better serve. Maybe he'd be well served to try to serve and volley a little bit himself, just occasionally on that first serve.
Love 15.
Take the pressure off. I've been hitting winner after winner from the backcourt. Or starting off this game with a double fault. It's number 11. He does appear to be a little bit sluggish right now, not moving with the same vigor as he did early in the match.
Yeah, the big game was that 10-minute third game of this set that went to 6 deuces before Sampras broke for the lead. 3-5, love 30.
Really appears he's lost some of that sting. Just missed that.
The very fact that he went to the ball cap in this match, something he's not. It's been hotter here at Wimbledon during the fortnight. Didn't use the hat then.
That's really surprised me. He certainly hasn't had much success with it, so if it's any sort of superstition, he should whip that baby right off. It's not as hot as it was, as you mentioned, the first week on Thursday, Friday, Tom. Quite a bit hotter then.
There it is. 13 aces. There's so many ways to protect from the sun. That, too, we will examine in our Wimbledon
right
memories.
in front of us.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of interesting articles. Yeah, you're used to carrying the umbrella when you're in England.
Right.
That's standard equipment. But when all the sun shines, sometimes you're left with having to improvise.
Yeah, use the program. That's not a good forehand by Sampras. Expecting the backhand.
14.
He does switch grips. And didn't really quite make the adjustment here. Watch. See him lean towards the backhand, and that cost him. Don't have a whole lot of time with Becker's serve. Same routine here for Becker as the second. He wants to make Sampras serve this one out, so at least he can start off serving the fourth if he does lose that 10th game. Want to be up, serving from behind. And that's where he looks a little sluggish.
Yeah, heavy-footed on that one.
Well, we've said this before. He's not one of the quickest guys around. He's got certainly one of the biggest hearts and minds. Sometimes that big body doesn't take him where he wants to go. Huge legs.
He uses them in that big serve the way he bends so low to spring. But it isn't quite as limber as it was 10 years ago, is it?
I doubt it if it's anything based on how I feel now than 10 years ago.
Piston action with the legs.
Advantage Becker.
He's still got worlds of experience on this grass court surface. It's making Sampras hit some winners.
Just past 4 o'clock British summertime. Hour and 50 minutes into the match.
Becker thought that was going out. That's a surprise. Captions here. I don't know if you can see Bars, but he started walking towards the sideline.
It looked like a replay of one we saw.
The one that you thought Pete volleyed.
Yes.
Same type of shot. Just guide it down the line for a winner. He used Becker's pace off the serve.
But the whole contrast in this match is very simple to define. Sampras in his games allowing so few points, and often love games where almost every Becker game has had some real chances for Sampras.
Game back up.
Back-to-back aces. Sampras will be serving for the lead. His Excellency Juan Antonio Samaran, the president of the International Olympic Committee, in the Royal Box with his wife Babis. Reminder that a year from now, we'll leave Wimbledon directly to Atlanta. The opening ceremony is July 19th for the Olympics. Pete Sampras at 5-4 serves for a 2-1 lead against Boris Becker.
Start this 10th game.
His first point of the entire set against Sampras' serve.
Well, I told you Sampras should tank a point. I guess this is the tank here, but that was one heck of a backhand down the line by Becker. He could really turn things around if he broke Pete's serve.
He'd love to get in another tiebreaker. The break off the net cord.
Couldn't ask for anything better here. He wasn't sorry about that. You can rest assured of that.
And now a second serve.
He let the ball play him. Instead of him going after that ball.
15-7.
You hear Becker yelling at himself. He realized how big a chance that was at love 30 in his second serve.
For Sampras, ace number 13. 121 miles an hour when he needed the big cannon shot. They're almost even in aces, and Sampras is now 2 points from the set.
And that's why you saw Becker yelling at himself. Up love 30, and it's got to be 30, 40 seconds later, down set point.
14-30.
That ball boy better